Man, I am tired. I don't know if y'all can tell. I just got finished doing some homework and working. It's about 8 o'clock. It sounds really early to some, but I've been up since 6:30 this morning. And I've been moving the whole time. But I want to talk about something, just to kind of get it off my chest. And what I want to talk about is my time on recruiting duty as a Marine. It was a bad time. This is why I truly, well, I was going to get out anyway, but this is a huge reason why I got out. The main initial reason was because I wanted to stay close to my children. I had 2 children on this duty. Me and the mom are not together. And I knew if I was to stay in, being aviation, the closest I would get is probably North Carolina. I could have probably worked with the president. Probably wasn't into that though, because I know aviation's kind of all over the place. So, you know, I just kind of knew that it was either going to be California for me, overseas, or even just North Carolina, which California sounded enticing, but it was too far away from my kids. So I got the bright idea to think, you know, if I get out and go reserves, I'm in Maryland, I could just stay on Andrews Air Force Base, transition over to the Air Force. I got all the qualifications still. I can just easy, simple transition. I go reserves. I work part-time. I still got my foot in the military. I still have my time go on. I can try to get active duty orders, but I can use my GI Bill or something. You know, I'm using what I know as a recruiter now to supplement, you know, to make do with what I have. And when I tell you my command caught wind of that because they didn't like me, boy, oh boy, what happened is not even surprising. If you're a recruiter in the Marine Corps, you would not be surprised. You wouldn't be. They literally did everything they possibly could to admin set me. Admin set me, meaning they were looking for my benefits. They weren't just looking to kick me off the duty. They was looking to mess up everything that I had done the previous 10 years. They was looking to destroy it, all of it. And what ended up happening was they RFC me. RFC is relief for cause. The relief for cause was, I believe, a pattern misconduct. But I had gotten in trouble one time. That really wasn't trouble, but I had gotten in trouble one time. And they were trying to show a pattern of misconduct to get me administratively separated. So I took my L for the first time. Second time, I mean, they literally brought an investigator in, lied to the command, because the command did it, or lied to our sergeant major. Like, they didn't know. They knew. Everything went down. They was all in cahoots with it. They were really just trying to get me out. What ended up happening is after I got RFC'd, coronavirus happened. So I started doing all my classes to get out. Coronavirus happened. So everything stopped. And I requested a court date for them to administratively separate me. But they couldn't meet. And my EAS was like in November, right? My EAS was in November. And this happened around like March. So they were trying in the next 6 months to try to admin set me so that I wouldn't get benefits. Not to kick me out because they knew I was getting out, but just to kill my benefits. So after that all went down, an investigation popped off. Because the guys I used to work with, they just kind of got ahead of it. They said they didn't want to be a victim of what I had. And some investigations came out of nowhere. Don't know how that happened. But because it happened, it ended up being something that made the command a little worried. There were about 4 or 5 investigations. And this is where I just kind of stopped messing with the Marine Corps altogether. Because I know people shouldn't really talk about it. But I'm going to talk about it because I'm out. And I really don't care no more. I didn't care when I was in. But I was just trying to make it out because these dudes were really, really heavy on me. But what ended up happening was the Marine Corps actually found cause for what the complaints were. But they didn't do anything. They didn't do anything. They were going to admin set me for little to nothing. I know individuals that got DUIs, cheating on their wives, domestic violence issues, alcohol problems, people that had mental disorders. They let them all EAS. They let them go. They were still actively trying to get me. And it was crazy because the whole time I never talked bad. I didn't go out here bad mouthing. Still, I didn't. Even though I knew I probably could have. I let it go. But after I saw that happen, I knew it wasn't for me anymore. A lot of the command changed, a lot of it didn't. But I knew on my way out the door that this is not something I ever wanted to be a part of again, like ever. So what ended up happening is the new colonel that we had, he ended up coming in. He saw the story. He saw what my date was. I had like a month and a half left before I EAS. Not before I went on terminal, because they bled into my terminal, but EAS. And I had almost 90 days of terminal. I had like 89 and a half. And they still would not give me the time off. They waited till the last second. They were still trying to see if they were going to admin set me a month and a half before I was getting out, which is crazy. But what I learned was that you got to stick to your guns. And Marine Corps has really been a bright spot for me. I never regret joining the Marine Corps. I loved it. Even when I didn't, it was one of the best times of my life. You know, I wouldn't be the man I am today if I didn't have to go through some of the stuff I went through. And I wouldn't have seen the world without the Marine Corps. But recruiting duty is for the birds, man. I've never met so many untrustworthy individuals in my life. It is crazy how bad they were. But what it did teach me was a set of skills that allowed me to be a real estate agent, which is why I'm not going to complain too much. But I did have to get that off my chest about the Marine Corps, man. You know, I love the Marine Corps. And, you know, everything is not perfect. But that recruiting duty deal, hey, man, look, if y'all see this video, I'm not going to tell you my situation was the same as everybody else's, but these horror stories are real. They don't care about your family. They say they do. They care about your family if you're writing bones. Bones is really contracts. If you're writing contracts, they care about you. If you're not, they don't care. They could give a good God. You literally could have, your mom could have died. And I actually know somebody who had that happen. Parent died. Sergeant Major called him into work that same day and then said that because they wanted to keep an eye on him, to keep him at work. The whole office was like, man, send him home. We don't need him here, man. We understand his family just died. It wasn't just his family. It's like his mom. Command still wanted him at work. That's why I don't want to be in the Marine Corps no more. It used to stand for something different. Once that changed, so did I. I didn't like it. But that's my story on being a recruiter in the Marine Corps. Tell me what you think. If you disagree, I'm open to hearing all stories. But if you do agree, let's talk about it.